Hello there, everybody. Good to have you here for Trails in the Sky, the second chapter. Hey, look, we got a spinning camera now. I just now realized because the map there on the top doesn't actually match the camera angle we had there, but yeah. So, last time a whole bunch of stuff happened because we got to the end of the chapter, you know, the prologue. So let's see if I can sum this up. So we fought the Jaeger leader to save Kurt and Phyllis, who were being held hostage by the Jaegers, except a suspicion of mine from early in this encounter turned out to be true. The Jaegers were a complete ploy. It was all a secret final mission as part of Estelle and Annalise's training. The Jaegers were, in fact, Annalise's comrades, Kurt, Karna, and Grant in disguise. So there you go. But we managed to do it, despite, boy, that fight was rough. I wasn't helping things by being under-geared, for sure, but still. Okay, so after that, we came back here to Gransel to report our successful training. Oh, in between we got like a bunch of cutscenes revealing what stuff's going on in the world. For example, Joshua is active. He has teamed up with the Kapuas of all people, the Kapua Sky Bandits. And, hold on, there was something else too. Oh, the wandering priest parishioner Kevin Graham, he's got something a little more going on because he met up with Captain Schwartz of the Royal Guard and they went down to the final dungeon from the previous game to examine all the weird archaisms going on there. And also, we got a little sneak peek at the bad guys at Ouroboros, including Professor Alba, who is more properly known as Weissman, and a couple of other guys. There was that annoying little kid, Campanella, I think was the name. And then this mega edgelord, or I don't know, edgelord again, I'm overusing that word lately in various situations, but that very mysterious guy, Lou. Which, by the way, I went and looked this up because I was like, am I supposed to know who this guy is? Because it says Low, and I'm like, no, I think, hold on now. So I went and looked up, and I'm pretty sure that's actually Lieutenant Lawrence, right? I went and got the video because the second fight against Lieutenant Lawrence in the first chapter, he takes off his helmet, right? That was the fight that I lost, and I was really grumpy about, because I couldn't tell if it was like a you have to lose fight or if I just got really unlucky. So I think that's supposed to be the same guy, so that's why they were showing him there. So the only real introduction there was Campanella of new characters. In which case, okay, yeah, dude is intimidating, I'll give him that much. So after that, yes, returning to our heroes, we came back to Gransel, where we met up at the Bracer Guild with Scherazard and Agate, and we split up. I talked way too long about how cool it was that this option was there for splitting up, but we did it anyway. Annalise and Agate headed off to Bose, and we are going to Ruan. I think that was the order? I think, or was it the other way around? Well, we'll find out in a minute, because now we gotta head off with Scherazard to take our flight to where we're going. You take care while I'm away. Mama, see you later. Nemo. Alright. I forgot that so many NPCs have names in these games. Grandpa, I want to ride that airship over there.
That's the Queen's airship, sweetie. I mean, I kind of want to ride it too.
Cute. If we ride the next airship, when will we arrive at Zeiss, I wonder? Ticket purchases are handled in the building nearby, thank you. This building? No, there's no door there. I'm gonna assume it's this building here. Liberal Orbital no, this is some kind of... That's a office.
This is the airship company's headquarters, right? It's a nice-looking building.
Well, if it's the airship company's headquarters, this might be the right building. So, okay, I'm gonna say this now before I get too interrupted by stuff here. I will quickly give my final thoughts on the Jaeger twist there, about the Jaegers actually being our buddies. I said in a previous episode that I'm actually, over the last few years, I've kind of started to lean on these kind of secret final exams where our heroes think they're in mortal danger, but it turns out it's just an extra test. I started to believe that those are kind of like dick moves, and not cool, and it's kind of mean on our heroes. I actually thought about this one, and I've actually revised my thought that I think in this case it's a bit more appropriate. So I'm share Estelle's frustration and Annalise's when they found out, but I'm not that miffed really, I suppose. And our heroes aren't at this point. They've gotten over that shock pretty well. The main catalyst that made me think yeah, that's really not cool was slight spoilers for Season 2 of My Adventures with Superman, but the first few episodes deal with Lois Lane's relationship with her father, the very, very uptight, stringent military man, General Sam Lane, and where we find out that when they were kids, he would do these kind of wilderness survival training drill things. And the incident that really soured their relationship was when he went missing on a camping trip and Lois had to use her survival skills to track him down. And it turns out that he just ran away on purpose to create this scenario for Lois. And when Lois shows up, he's like, "Good job, kid, you managed to find me." And Lois is like, "Dad, that's messed up. I was so worried for you. Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's true. That's actually really messed up to make you think you are, make your own daughter think that you're in some kind of danger." And then it's nah, it's just a little exam. But I think the main difference between this scenario in this game and what I just described in the Superman cartoon is Lois didn't ask to go through this training, in particular intensive training. Our Bracer heroes, Estelle and Annalise, signed up for the full course to get full, intensive training so that they'd be ready for the worst that Ouroboros is gonna throw. So, to some extent, they did consent to the worst possible kind of, training there. In light of, what the goal here is and what our heroes wanted to do, it is fair to some extent. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't also mention that, the whole point of, say, Full Metal Jacket, which also deals with the incredibly grueling training regimen that these people did sign up for, the Marine Corps, that's not conscription. I'm pretty sure you sign up for the Marines even during Vietnam. So someone from America fill me in if I got that wrong. But anyway, assuming these people did sign up for that, technically they are signing up for the hellish regimen that Gunnery Sergeant, whatever his face, R. Lee Ermey puts them through. But that movie still makes the point that, if you're paying attention, the movie is making the point that training is inhuman, dehumanizing, and just plain awful, and it leads into Gunnery Sergeant Hartman? Whatever his name is, his dying because of his own, brutal training. So, I don't want to say that simply consenting to intensive military training is carte blanche for your training instructors to treat you whichever way you want. I don't want to say that either, but I also understand that in this situation, it's not as screwed up as pulling this kind of trick trading exercise out of nowhere, right? Okay. So I just felt like there's going to be a million cutscenes in this game, and I would never get this point out, so I just paused to talk this out here. So you'll have to apologize for my little, monologue there. Let's carry on with the game. Just wanted to lay bare my thoughts, because I did mull over these plot twists and the events here for a while. So yeah. Anyway. Huh? What's... Really, this is why I cannot stand the pompous imperial nobility. And I thought there were limits to how unpleasant a single person could be. Okay, hold on now. Well, so many characters being introduced. I'm surprised.
You took the words right from my mouth. Tell me, why does the Republic even care about the engine provision deal?
Oh, okay, so the bespectacled woman is, I'm guessing, the Calvard Republic, because that's the only republic we know about in this setting.
I did not think Liberal's internal politics were your plaything.
It's a matter of national, international security, of course. It's only been a decade since Erebonia attempted to annex this innocent little country. It is absolutely unacceptable for a half-barbaric nation like yours to lay their hands on such cutting-edge technology. Oh, so hold on, these reps on the right are from Erebonia then, I think. Wow. The Republic is a long-standing friend of Libero. We won't stand back and allow something that will threaten its interests.
Long-standing friend? Some friends you are. You didn't send them so much as a soldier in the war. You're just pretending to be allies when it suits you, while standing back and doing nothing when it doesn't.
What did you just... Oh, I think I remember this guy. This is an actual Jaeger right here, especially because he's with Erebonia's side. If this is the right guy I remember, I think this was the guy who was Olivier's handler, I think. Right? When Olivier was hanging out at the Erebonian embassy, he had... I'm surprised I remembered this guy, by the way, and not Grant, but I totally remember that some of the, side characters, there was, in fact, this dude, yeah. That's funny.
My Lord Ambassador Kreinach, may I suggest we leave the matter here? We do not wish to bother the other customers. But Mueller,
Yeah, I think it was Mueller. Yeah, it's all coming back to me.
Ambassador Cochrane, may I ask that you back down as well? This is a debate that could be handled just as well through the embassies.
Very well. I can't say I like hearing that from a member of the Imperial military. Still, far better than hearing it from that pompous, gluttonous member of the nobility, I suppose.
What's it you just...
Well, gentlemen, if you'll pardon me. Oh boy, we're sinking in deep into international politics, apparently, just bumping into a fight here like this. It's kind of spooky. That's not right, he wasn't that German.
That insufferable she-wolf! This is why commoners with no history or tradition are... My lord. Yes. I shall return to the embassy. I trust I can leave the utter matter in your hands. As you will, my lord.
Uh-oh, hold on. We're not gonna have some beef here now? Oh yeah, we did meet at some point when he was dicking around with Olivier. Yeah, this isn't our first time coming face to face with Mueller. Okay. Uh-oh, by the way, hold on, I'm just worried. What's it mean that the Roland and Zeiss flights are marked by red? On the board over there on the left? Well, we were going to either Bose or Ruan, I remember that, so I guess the green light should be fine then. Hiya.
Estelle, yes? It's been some time. Since the martial arts competition, I believe.
I'm glad you remember. That was one heck of an argument just now, though. Who were those two? And why were they going at each other like a cat and dog?
The man was the ambassador of the Erebonian Empire to Libel, Lord Davil Krana. The woman would be the ambassador from the Republic of Calvard, Elsa Cochran. They head up their respective embassies here in the capital.
Oh, I see. I kind of like this, by the way, this interesting, dichotomy here. We've been warned so much about Jaegers and bracers, especially after that training mission that I just spieled on so much about. It's kind of interesting, though, that, then immediately the game's real life character interaction isn't as simple as boiling down to rivalries and politics. We're just, hanging out with this Jaeger here because, we're in Liberal and we're not just gonna, start beefing with Jaegers for no reason here. So, that's cool. So those are the great ambassadors, How do a pair of whiny children like those two manage diplomatic negation? Wow, I'm bad here. Let's try again with that line. How do a pair of those... Jesus Christ, okay. I'm centered, let's go. How do a pair of whiny children like those two manage diplomatic negotiations, I wonder? Shara?
I wish I could disagree, honestly. To say that the Empire and the Republic have always been on bad terms would be an understatement at the best of times. And on top of that, those two are like oil and water on a personal level. Well, no, the fact that they break into an argument every time they meet shows how similar they are in some ways.
I guess I can see that. Though, maybe it's because I walked into the middle of the conversation, but I couldn't understand, half of that. Something about engine provision and Liberal's internal politics? Oh, sorry, I guess I shouldn't ask.
No, I don't mind. It's not really a secret anyway. The engine in question is actually the latest from your own central factory. Once the design is finalized, sample units are to be provided by your airship company to the Empire and Republic both. But we bumped into Ambassador Cochran when we came by to finalize the details of the deal.
No, I get it. Why the big argument about an engine, then? The capabilities of an orbital engine directly determine how powerful the ship in question is. Since such an engine can be installed in a military ship, I can see why they'd argue. Oh, now I get it. It'd be a real mess if that engine let the Imperial Army get all powered up. Okay, now you might be pushing buttons by saying that to a guy from the Empire here. Oh, well, I mean... Okay, see, the game calls it out. That's cute.
Not at all. It's true. Normally, sharing such advanced technology with other countries so freely would be unthinkable. But this is a part of your Queen's plan. Rather than monopolizing a technological edge, she wishes to provide it to other countries to promote multinational peace. At least that's her plan, as I understand it.
I get it. She did mention something like that a while ago, now that I think about it. It's pretty incredible that the Queen is willing to try something like that. It's not just an ideal, It's something that could really change how people negotiate.
Yes, you have reason to be proud of your Queen, I'd say. My apologies, but this conversation has gone on longer than I'd intended. You're here for the air tickets, yeah? I'll pardon myself here.
Oh yeah! Say, Mueller, about Olivier. Has he gone back to Erebonia already?
What? You've not heard?
I haven't really had a chance to see him since the Queen's birthday celebrations, actually. I felt kinda bad about that.
No, don't worry. That half-wit is continuing to while away his days here in Liberl. He said he was going to visit Elmos Springs, if I remember right.
Okay, then. How very like Olivier.
Should he ever bother returning to the embassy like a responsible citizen, unlikely as that is, I'll let him know you for asking after him. And make sure he at least contacts you before he returns to the Empire.
Thanks, Mueller. Thank you, Sir Knight.
Hardly. I should thank you for keeping that lunatic company. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Alright, see? Nice. I like this dude. He's pretty strict and to the point, but, like, he's not as stick up his ass as a lot of characters. I wonder if that means he is also at some point going to twist around and become a huge villain for us, now that I think about it. It's 50-50. We'll see how it goes. What a serious fellow for a friend of Olivier's. He's obviously an Imperial man, but I wonder what his story is. Mueller's the resident military officer for the Erebonian embassy, I think. I've only met him a few times myself. He's young, but he's got a strong, manly face. Very handsome. I'd love to share a bottle of wine or three with him sometime. Hey, let's avoid an international incident, okay? Oh, speaking of international disasters, did you meet up with Olivier after I left? I saw him a number of times in the capital. Come to think of it, he did invite me to the Elmo Springs at one point, but I had to decline.
What?
You mean, he invited you? Like, invited you? With him, it's impossible to tell. I was too busy this month to entertain the idea anyway. Normally, I'd have happily abused his wallet for my lodging costs and kept him up all night. Drinking, that is. Olivier, I think you dodged a bullet, actually. Anyway, let's go get our tickets at the counter. Alright, good talk. Oh man, screaming and fighting in a place like this. How pathetic. I wish people could be well-mannered. That was scary. Now I can buy my ticket. Those two just now, they looked really deadly serious. It seems like they had a fairly high rank, too. I wonder who they were. Those people just now were so pushy. I mean, it is a sample of the engine going into the high-speed cruiser Arsail, but sheesh. I can understand them getting so worked up, but it's not finished yet. It's here at the shop. Can we actually buy... Oh! Liberal News Issue 2. Okie dokie. I'll have to take a read about that in a bit. The contest heats up! Details inside! Oh, Ruan mayoral election special. Right, because Ruan did in fact lose its mayor recently on account of the attempted murder, in addition to horrible real estate crimes. I'm pretty sure some crimes were being broken with the plan to smoke out the orphanage. Welcome! Will you be using our national flights or our international flights? 2 tickets bound for Ruan, please. Understood. Oh, pardon me. You are with the Bracer Guild, yes? Are you Estelle and Scherazard? Yes. I have already received payment from Elnan with the Capital Branch. Here are your tickets. Got 2 boarding passes. Lovely. I see. So Elnan did. Very nice, Elnan. Thoughtful as always. Well then, please hand your tickets to the receptionist immediately outside the building. You can check in for your flight there. Handy. No, talk to these people, I think. Did I talk to this lady? This is my first time riding an airship alone. What? I'm not nervous. Nope, not me. Hello and welcome. Will you be flying with us today? If you are, you will need to check in and present your tickets. Once we've checked in, we should wait here for the ship to arrive. Are you ready to go? Still have stuff to do. Very well. Please come by when you are ready to fly with us. So, maybe I should just do the shopping in Ruan, but is the game gonna let me wander into Gransul real quick, out of curiosity? The game is not gonna let us go, so I don't know why we have the option to wander around. Maybe just talk to all the cute NPCs, I guess, but yeah. Alright, so I was gonna see if I could go shopping in Gransul. Get that new weapon for Estelle, because I think... Yes, we still have the practice weapon in our pocket here. Oh, by the way, everybody, I noticed this off-screen last time. Check this out. Even though Scherazard has not gotten a new, outfit, she's got a new character art here. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this in the previous game. So that's kind of cool. We gotta check all these out then if we get some fun new art for our rest of our heroes as well. Cool. Well, there you go. Let's cash in those tickets. Cash in? It's more like check in. Check in! Very well. Please sign these papers then. Sure. Hold on, can I ASMR some me writing on a paper? Hold on. Oh man. Foley work. I love it. Estelle and her companion finish checking in. Oh, that's kind of awkward after me being so, excited for, the different dialogue, depending on the, character you picked out of the two of Scherazard and Agate. You can see right here they skimped on, having to, customize the dialogue, but they just put in her companion. Alright, whatever. Thank you. Everything is in order. Please, wait in the harbor area for the next airship arrival. Okay. Well, shall we find a particularly comfy bench to hurry up and wait on? Hey, that was quick. The magic of a fade-out, fade-in. Wind is looking good still. You can see it there. The windsock is booking. Hey, I'm so used to, in this game, whenever you get on an airship, it always seems like there's a little farewell discussion as you're getting on the ship. Surprisingly, now we just, take off. It's a small observation, but you gotta admit, it seems to happen often. The Lind? That name sounds familiar. Was this the airship that was missing in the Bose chapter of the first game, or... Because I could swear we've interacted with a Lind earlier. I don't know, but that's cool. If that's the case, I really like even a little nod back to the previous installment just there, just now. Hey, it's the Lind, you guys. Ah, what a nice day. The tourists gotta be flooding the streets in Ruan if the weather's like this here. No doubt. Unfortunately, Ruan's pretty busy getting excited over something other than tourism. Other than tourism? What do you mean? Aw man, we should have read that paper. We'd know all about it, huh? The mayoral elections. They're only now gearing up to hold the special election for a new mayor after the last one was arrested. I understand there are 2 major candidates slugging it out for the seat. So, it's like an actual fight of an election? Neat. And thinking about it, I guess it is about time, huh? They can't just let the mayor's office sit empty. Speaking of the old mayor, weren't you and Joshua involved in bringing him to justice? Oh yeah, Scherazard wasn't there anymore. We had, parted ways long ago. Yeah. Yeah, kind of. We got involved in an investigation which led us right to his doorstep. The one who really arrested him was Lieutenant Schwartz of the Royal Guard, though, after Chloe called her. Come on, you needn't be so humble. You were crucial in his arrest, I heard. You make your teacher proud, honey. But I see. So that's how you met the princess? I had been curious about the details of that. Okay, right, so we all know our bracer crew knows that Chloe's the princess. I take it. Yeah, Joshua and I helped out with the Genus School Festival. You know, I haven't seen Chloe since the birthday festival. Or Olivier, I guess. For better or worse. Well, in Chloe's case, it makes sense. Like, I don't think we can just interact with the princess that easily. Circumstances allowed it in our adventures previously, but seems a bit unlikely. And not just them. Tita, too. Zin. Zin returned to Calvard after the birthday celebrations. I believe a request came in from the Calvard National Guild office. He did say to give you his best. I see. If it's work, I guess. He helped us out a lot. I wish I could have said goodbye at least. Yeah, that guy was cool. I'm gonna miss him. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up again, obviously, and I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna. I get the impression, because the characters show up on the Steam splash image, and I'm pretty sure they were in the opening cutscene. I think every party member from the previous chapter is gonna be returning at some point, but I don't know. Let's see. You'll meet him again someday, I'm sure. Oh, as for Tita and Professor Russell, Cassius and I explained the situation to them after you left. Oh, I see. Thanks, Shara. It was adorable. Tita's such a nice, earnest girl. We told her everything, and then her eyes filled with tears as though she was just barely holding it in. She said, Estelle's working so hard, I can't just sit here and cry. She taught me that. Oh, Tita. Come on, Shara. You're gonna make me cry here. Sorry. Really, though, you met some amazing people over the course of your travels. Some really amazing friends. I hope you realize just how precious that is. Yeah, I do. Say, Shara, when we get to Ruan, do you think we could find time to go see everyone? Of course, we'll make the time. Speaking of time, we've still got some before we arrive. I think I'll lounge these terribly creaky, ancient bones of mine in my seat. Did you have any plans? I think I'll just look around the ship a bit. You can go on ahead. All right, then. Just don't get so carried away that you don't get off at Ruan, Estelle. Interesting, we're going to have a chance to walk around the ship a little bit? We are! I do wonder, is this just for little immersion, talking to characters, little world building, or will there be some hijinks on this ship? Who knows? What I do know is, while we're stuck on this 12-hour flight, it's probably not that long. Liberal's not a huge country. It is a great moment to read a magazine. Normally I do this, at the end of an episode, but why don't we read up on the Liberal News, issue 2. Did I ever read Gambler Jack? I have to think about that at some point. Let's read Liberal News. Gotta figure out, because we didn't find out what the two candidates for the mayor are, so let's find out. 2 candidates, 2 platforms. With the arrest of former Mayor Dalmore, a new mayoral election has come to Ruan. Initially delayed due to the coup d'etat, it has now been officially announced. The nominees are the industrialist Norman and the harbor master Portos. I don't remember either of those characters. If they were introduced in the first chapter, I don't remember them. Both candidates have solid support bases and distinct platforms, which will Ruan citizens entrust with their future. Stay tuned! Promoting tourism, candidate Norman, owner of the Hotel Blanche and staunch proponent of the tourism industry. The core of his campaign is to invigorate tourism. He believes that tertiary businesses are the future of Ruan, and he has many supporters who agree. Promoting the harbor, candidate Portos, caretaker of the harbor block and passionate campaigner for the maintenance of the port facilities. His platform centers around the reinvigoration of the harbor industry. Has the support of the harborers and sailors. Blah 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 blah. harbor laborers, and sailors. Voter opinion and election direction. Currently, public opinion is split. The North City blocks that run on tourism favor candidate Norman, and the Harbor block supports Portos. With such clearly defined positions, this election is shaping up to be very divisive. As both camps possess solid blocks of support, it will be a battle of who can cut the deepest into their opponent's voter base. This scenario seems to favor candidate Norman, but there's plenty of time for a turnabout, and it's sure to be a fierce battle to the end. Society, the increasing threat of monsters. Ooh, we're moving on past the main headline here to some side news about monsters. According to reports from the Royal Army, monsters across Libelle have been increasingly ferocious, and previously unseen species are roaming the kingdom. The cause of these changes is currently unknown, but theories range from septium vein fluctuations to planetary alignment and even solar abnormalities. The Royal Army is investigating, but caution is advised when traveling between regions. New Chief of Staff elected. Chief of Staff. Oh man. I'm sorry. This is not easy to do this like fast-speaking 1920s announcer voice, so you're gonna have to forgive my numerous flubs here. The new commander of the Royal Army has been announced as Cassius Bright. Promoted to General, Cassius Bright, formerly Colonel Bright, will be replacing General Morgan as Chief of Staff. Hopes are high for the reconstruction and future of the military under the guidance of this new leader. Foreign Affairs. Pact to be signed in Libelle. The signing ceremony of the Non-Aggression Pact will take place in the Libelle Kingdom. A central location was considered initially, but declined for safety reasons. What Non-Aggression Pact? That could have used a couple more lines. Technology. New model tactical armaments. The wave of change has not only come to the Royal Army, but to armaments as well. The new model tactical armaments, as shown, were developed by the Epstein Foundation and are spreading quickly. Improvements include the addition of a new slot, and while incompatible with standard quartz, it has been receiving praise from bracers and others for the new powerful arts it enables. Factories across the nations are already geared up and eager to support the new model. Okie doke. And that's the news, folks.